GM, Fomoverse Radio. This is your show host, Austin Hambleton. Today we have special guest Jared on the show. What's going on, Jared?
What up, dude? GM.
GM, my man. It's a good Sunday here in Colorado. We got some good weather. So, yeah, nice to have you on the show, brother. I guess
Well, thanks, man.
first of all, we'll just kind of maybe tell the audience a little bit about yourself, maybe what you're working on, and then just kind of take it from there.
Sure. By day, I'm a web developer, so I work on websites for a company here in LA. Nothing super exciting, just, slinging code. But
Nice.
by night slash afternoon slash weekend, I'm a 3D digital artist. I've been doing this for about a year now. Actually, I think the anniversary for my first drop, The Collector, was end of February, so it's actually been about a year.
Rock on,
Um,
man.
I've been trying to like define what my work is, and the closest thing I could get to was like abstract realism. Um, as you can tell by my ridiculous PFP, I do a lot of shit with balls. At one point on Twitter, I was known as the ball NFT guy, which was not what I set out for. But, we don't choose our names, right?
No, we don't. We don't, man. Just like at my job and my real life job, I'm a car sales guy, and it's pretty funny. My general manager, he's my GM. Like we all call him the GM. Like
Uh,
not like there's no real correlation. Maybe there is, but GM. But yeah. So I don't know why, but he like I love him to death, but he like butchers everybody's name, and so like my last name Hambleton,
hmm
he calls me Hammersham.
What?
and
What?
and I've been there like almost 8 years working there, and
Wow.
I don't know why that's just what he just like has like names for people, and like that's the name they gave me at my dealership is Hammersham.
I don't
So
know, dude. That's a pretty sweet name.
yeah, I guess it's better than like shitbox or something like that. So
Yeah. But yeah, so the main thing I'm actually working on right now is just continuing my Journey of Nothing collection. I actually finally built a website, which is kind of ridiculous considering that's my day job. It's just, I don't know, there's like this weird separation between like I want to spend time on art, not on like my day job, so I never built a website. But if you go to noobcoin.art, you'll see pretty much everything I've done so far. It's obviously still a work in progress because like I've done a lot of shit in the last year. I was realizing when I was trying to like compile it all together, just between all the different collections. There's my fun little sphere.
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, there was that first one, The Collector. Um, that one went pretty well. I mean, that was like I would say the height of the Ash movement was that piece, which I assume is why it sold the way that it did. We're not in the market that we're in now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, so like that project started out as like a POC derivative project, as you can kind of tell, but
Hmm.
there's a lot more to it than that, which is sort of explained there. Started with there was an auction, multi-edition drop, and then I airdropped the perfect loops to everybody.
This
Um,
is that PL, the perfect loop right here.
yeah, if
Okay.
you scroll down a little bit and click on the full description, it'll take you in there and show you the pieces.
Okay.
But but yeah, so just a little bit of background. When I made that, that was the first time I picked up Blender in like it's 10 years, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd fiddled around a little bit with Blender like a long time ago. And then well, about a year and a half ago, I started, I was in Ash. I was like in the We Accept Ash Discord. I was in the Bach Discord. I was in all these Discords and everybody was like making cool stuff. I was like, shit, I want to make cool stuff. So I just downloaded it and started messing around with it. And this is what came out of that.
Yeah, that's pretty badass, man. I really like the music. Just some very like classical, like piano, but kind of like dark maybe. Like it might have like a little dark tone to it. Or maybe
Yeah.
not like dark, but like mysterious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's music is one of my other like amateur passions. I really like making music, but I don't ever like feel comfortable with it, you know? Like it's the last thing that I share whenever I'm working on a project to anybody, just because I feel like I have to refine it a lot before I'm comfortable with it.
Hmm.
I don't know why, because the my artwork I have no issues sharing like in progress stuff with that, but I don't know, it's just like some weird thing,
You're a perfectionist.
I guess.
I'm
But yeah.
I'm a musician too. You know, my main instrument is the drums. I'm a
Oh,
percussionist.
nice.
Um, you know, my set isn't at home, but you know, I can always just drop on a set and do some blast beats and death metal. So, yeah, I really like
Sick.
screamo, playing screamo music. I also probably love playing jazz just as much. I don't know, something about that just swinging the ride, you know, just love just hammering that. So, yeah, it's just that's me.
Yeah, it's the improvisation that gets me about jazz. It's like you can just do whatever you want as long as it sounds good.
Yeah, I went to a live jazz show. Well, kind of, I would say like jazz soul. Last,
Hmm.
no, this week Monday. It was up in Denver. Played at this place called the Orpheum, and it was pretty dope, man. Kind of crazy though. Two people right next to my girlfriend and I ended up passing out and like falling
What?
down. Yeah, and so EMS came over and you know, we were just like, what is going on here? Like, these people need to be, you know, removed. And they were just like hanging out here, and we were like, somebody please take these people out of here because, you know, they probably need some medical help.
Yeah, no kidding. What the heck? That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And then some people next to us, they were like, that's that fentanyl, man. That's that fentanyl. And we're just like, whoa. So,
Hmm.
yeah, some crazy shit going on.
You've had weed legal in Colorado for years. What do people need to use fentanyl for?
I guess you know they just moving on to something harder. I guess so
I
now
guess.
those
Y-
1,000 milligrams ain't enough. I guess for them.
I guess so. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah. So yeah. So one of the things I wanted to bring up too was the Sotheby's recent um, glitch art auction that's going on. Um, the
Yeah.
the reason why is one of the artists from there, Patrick. Let's pull him up here.
Amadon?
Yeah. So I follow him. Seen him maybe about not very long ago, maybe about like 4 or 5 months ago or so. And you know he's got a lot of I don't know. I guess you could say controversial stuff. You know whoever's looking at it. But
Hmm.
he recently had this artwork downtown Hong Kong, and he was posting or not posting but like putting people that were like in jail and like protesters and stuff like that their information inside of that piece, and apparently it took them a while to catch that,
Oh
but
shit.
yeah, but they ended up like taking it down. And so you know on top of that he just had a piece for in the Sotheby's auction, and you can read this tweet right here. It says, I am pulling my work from Sotheby's sale. While I believe it was a genuine oversight and the teams mean well, the lack of representation is a serious issue and we need to address this in our space. Female identifying artists have played a major role in the glitch movement.
Yeah, I did see that yesterday, and I wasn't really sure what the background was for that.
Yeah, so I kind of dug a little bit deeper too, and from what I could find is there was some girl, I don't know who it was, but she posted on the Sotheby's comment or something like that, and she goes, how do you feel being in an all male Sotheby's auction art sale exhibition?
Hmm.
And he goes, and I don't know if it was him or somebody else is like, well, you know, that brings up a pretty good point. I guess I haven't really thought about that. And then later down that line, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and withdraw. And I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting, because I think Sotheby's is like a pretty big deal for artists to,
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
be involved in that.
my Twitter feed has been like all Sotheby's lately because there's been a ton of people that have been on there. I think like Gavin Shapiro was on there, a bunch of other people. It's like that was the whole thing all last week.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, man, it's like if all these artists are coming on there, like, what's the value of becoming an artist and having work there on Sotheby's? Which I think it's great. I think that's pretty badass that you know you can be involved in like a major art house,
Right.
but at the same time, it's like you remember back in the when Pac first was part of Sotheby's, that was like a freaking huge deal. I mean,
Hmm.
you never like even heard of a digital artist be involved in like a art auction house.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. I mean, I think it's still cool, but also I think they do need to kind of bring some more light into the glitch art movement, because it's a pretty big deal. Like it's a really big part of the digital art history, and I think they're just kind of being a little laxed about it. You know?
I feel like they're just trying to make money. Yeah. Although,
Yeah.
like you said, dude, like the glitch art is like super specific, obviously, to digital art, and especially NFTs, and they're just trying to ride the wave of popularity.
Yeah. It's like, if they're just doing it just to be popular and get money, it's not really the best look in my eyes. Everybody's got their own opinions, but I don't know.
Well, I'm sure the artists are just like, hell yeah, I want to be in Sotheby's. Like if I had, if given the opportunity, I would do it too,
Yeah. Yeah, you
for
see these
sure.
right here. He did say that they are pulling this first one, so I don't know. But yeah, you'll see X copy up here. He
Yeah, some pretty big names.
I don't know if it's a dude or a female, but yeah, no
I have no idea.
X copies up there, which X copies had some pretty insane sales.
Hmm.
This past week, he had the Max Payne giveaway.
I saw that they gave away like a 101, right?
Yeah, gave away a one of one to somebody that they probably paid a ETH or so for his Max Payne edition. But yeah, they ended up getting a one of one, which we can pull that up here in a second. And yeah, some lucky guy basically got a, I don't know, 300 to $400,000 piece. Maybe that's low ball, but yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I was crossing my fingers because I have one Max Payne, but I think the chances of me getting one of those one of ones right here was like a 0.016%, which it's not really that bad of odds, considering that's that much. They're valued at that much money.
Yeah,
Um, Anybody would love to have this one of one here.
that's true. Yeah, that one's crazy. It's like I don't even. Well, X copy stuff is wild, anyways. But that one is. I don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah, it's almost like it's maybe missing some things, which I don't
It's
know,
probably the
kind of
point.
adds to it. Yeah, like
What do
you.
you feel about all these people getting added to super rare?
I kind of feel like it's a Sotheby's thing. Like I feel like Sotheby's is like the old super rare, and then like super rares kind of turned into just like a, like a early Nifty Gateway or something. Like, eh, I've seen it happen time and time again. Like it happened with Nifty Gateway back in the day, where it was like if an artist was on Nifty Gateway, like it was very exclusive, and like they
Yeah,
might have like one or two drops a week, like tops. And now there's like you know
a billion.
20 drops in one day, and you don't even know what artists are on there anymore. It's kind of hard to navigate through the website. Like literally, I think 2 years ago, I could probably tell you every single artist that was on Nifty Gateway, and now it's just like, okay, they literally open up the floodgates. Like I love what they done for, bringing the masses into NFTs. Like it's super cool how you can buy something with a credit card. I think that's a really easy bridge for people to understand. But when you're bringing like thousands and thousands of people and artists and stuff on your platform, I think it just kind of mixes things up, and I, I don't know. We'll see where all this goes, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Like I
Yeah, I
was.
tried to get on Nifty Gateway for my koi drop because since it was a charity drop, I was trying to get, other people involved in it.
Mhm.
So like because the normal my like normal collectors minted it on through Manifold or whatever, which was awesome. Like I got a really good turnout for that, but I was trying to get like regular people, like, hey mom, go buy this shit with your credit card, donate $20 or whatever. Not a big deal. That was the reason that I wanted to be on Nifty Gateway for that, but of course they never got back to me.
Oh
Well,
dang.
they did. They're like, "Oh, can you give us more detail about your application?" And then it's been like a month and they still haven't said anything.
Hmm. Dang. Do you
So yeah,
do you know some people at Nifty Gateway?
I know zero people. Although somebody from there just followed me like the other day. It was Rob, I think. I was like, "This
Oh,
is
okay.
random." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why.
You might want to try to hit up the artist Ikatsa.
Okay.
Um, he was an early artist on there and then joined the board.
Oh, wow.
And you could just tell him, hey, Austin Hambleton told me to hit you up. I have an application with you guys. Not sure if he's in charge of that department, but I've hit him up for a couple things, and he's been able to like escalate it, for through the team and stuff like that. So might be somebody worthwhile hitting up if you're wanting to showcase on Nifty Gateway.
Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome.
Yep.
Wish I would have come on here a month ago. Well,
Hey.
the craziest thing about that was like, so I made that piece probably like 6 or 7 months ago, and then I was like, shit, I need to get this out of my backlog. Like I need to release this. I'm tired of like it just, weighing on my mind essentially, which is what a lot of unreleased work does. So I was just like, I'm just not gonna wait for Nifty Gateway anymore. I'm just gonna do it on Manifold. Uh, and I went forward with it. But there are definitely other projects I would like to do on the old NG.
How do you feel about? I know you just said you're working with, pulling contracts and stuff off of Manifold. They recently are working on some new kind of implementations, I guess, like multi burns or something like that. I didn't read too much
Yeah,
into it, but they're doing something.
it's actually hard to keep track of what they're doing because they're like constantly pushing stuff out. But the last update they did,
Okay, here it
let's
is.
see.
I got it pulled up here.
Okay, cool.
Okay. New in the Burn Redeem app. You can now burn ERC 1155 for ERC 721 and vice versa.
Yeah, I think that's amazing and that we need that because that's like one of the first things you have to do when you're choosing about your projects. Like, do I want these to be 721s or 1155s? And there's arguments for either one, but now this opens it up to where you can like burn stuff across contracts and like I think it's gonna open up a whole new like it'll be a new open edition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, choose your path. ERC
Yeah,
721 or ERC
yeah.
1155.
I see it probably going the other way. Like I think like let's say you do like an open edition, like everybody was doing in January, and then later on down the road you're like, all right, well let's burn that for some one-on-ones or something.
Hmm.
That's how I would see it happening. But previously you couldn't really do that. So that shit's awesome, dude. I love Manifold.
Yeah, man, they've really been pushing the limits with everything. We definitely need those kind of people in this space. I think innovation is really important right now where we're at. I think
Yep.
uh, I think security is another one too.
Yeah, for sure.
I
We
really
haven't figured that one out yet.
have not figured that one out. I just that's the next opportunity there for somebody. Somebody brought up a idea. They're like, man, there should be like some IT support kind of thing for people that really need some help. Just go to this one place and like you can trust them and guarantee that they can like walk you through the process or help you out. And I'm like, yeah, you would think there would be more of that, but
Nope, it's all just fragmented Discord mods.
all scams,
Uh-huh.
rug
I think
pulls.
the biggest setback for that is that shit changes so quickly. So I think it would be hard to, well, and there's no money, but it would be hard to like train customer service people on like a shitload of different like apps. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Just
It's not
imagine
because
how
they're.
backlogged they would be with bots.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a problem that needs to get solved, but I don't know how.
I guess we'll leave Elon Musk up to that one.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on Twitter.
Um, what did you think? Were you around when did you first start getting into NFTs?
Let's see. I mean, I've been in the crypto space since well, I originally got super wrecked by whatever in 2017, and then I left for a while, like a lot of people. And then I came back, I think like November of 2020 or something. So not, not too terribly long. I would say probably like right after the fungible is when I got into it. Well, actually, my first entryway into NFTs was Lost Poets. That was
Okay.
like my first big purchase, if you will, for NFTs.
Now, did you have pages that you
Yeah,
transformed to Lost Poets?
yeah. I bought pages on secondary, which was an interesting decision in hindsight. And yeah, I transferred him into Poets. I did some later on too, after the initial mint, but so I have two, I think, still.
Yeah, I was my buddies like loaded up on pages. I can't remember like I think I had a friend that had like 20 like in real
Jeez.
life, like my coworkers,
Yeah.
10 pages, and I was like I'm going to get 3 pages. And I was like I felt like super underexposed at that time,
That's because you
cuz
had people like what's his name? It's since disappeared. Mexpax.
Nextplex. Yep.
Yeah, that dude had like 1,000, like 100,000 pages or some shit.
And they were getting all these origins at the time, and the origins were
Hmm.
going. I remember like the first origins were like 50 Ethereum or something wild.
Yep.
And I just always wanted an origin so bad. I was like, oh, what would I do with the origin? Well, number one, I would probably make like a team around that origin, which I thought was a cool idea. Like you're like the head captain.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Number two, my girlfriend's like really good at writing, so and storytelling, and so I was like, well, if I got an origin, I'd probably have her create some crazy story. And number three, I think it would just be good that somebody's kind of taking the reins and making a team and doing something just other than just looking at the PFP or
Hmm.
the image and taking it and going somewhere with it. So I don't know. So time unfolded, and of course, one of my buddies that like got a whole bunch of pages and flipped them to poets. He ended up getting at Origin, and everybody was shitting bricks. Like, oh my god, you got a fucking Origin, man. That's fucking crazy. And at the time, then they kind of went down as time went on, and I think it was like 7 Ethereum or something, and it's like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm holding on to this, and I'm like, what kind of story, are you writing with it? And it took them a while. It was like a team. It was like 2 guys,
Yeah.
and they worked on it, and it was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, no, that was like my Lost Poet thing, and I got pretty lucky with the new transformation of the Lost Poets. I know some people weren't happy, some people didn't care, some people were really happy with how they turned out, and I think I was one of those people that was happy about how my poets turned out.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. A lot of people weren't happy with the original ones, and then that one's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, and I named it after the show too, which this was before, they went to like Gen 1 or Gen 0 or whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I did like, I fed mine pages. But, now it's interesting. You don't see
Oh
any
yeah,
of the words anymore.
they stripped out the words. I forgot about that.
You can see it in like the metadata, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
15 of 255, lexicon 10 of 255. I know Lost Poets, the official Twitter, said that, I think they said that they were gonna bring it back or put it on there or something. I'm not sure.
They did. I think they were like, oh, 3 weeks. And that's been 6 months or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not sure. Yeah, right here. Your influence scores are still being calculated. I'm not sure if the passwords or something got lost or what happened, but yeah, no, I'm still waiting on that. But
Same.
I'm still having a good time though. I'm not letting that bring me down. I'm not, complaining about it. I'm still waiting. So
Yeah, I mean, we're both still part of the community, and I met a lot of freaking cool people through all of this stuff. I just hung out with Amy J yesterday, which was super
cool.
cool. We went to the Rafik gallery here in Los Angeles, and that shit is mind blowing. Like I'm sure you're familiar with Rafik's work, right?
Yep, I've got to see the videos and stuff on Twitter. I haven't seen it in real life. I would love to visit and look at it. Oh, here's your
Oh,
tweet right here.
yeah, it's insane, dude. Like it's just so big and like mesmerizing. And then he was actually there, like walking around the gallery, talking with people. Because apparently he works at UCLA. I didn't know that. Yeah, look at that thing, man. It's just, yeah, it's indescribable, and just all of the stuff that went into it. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It looks like it's coming at you, which is pretty cool to me.
Yeah,
How it like expands like that, and all of
yeah,
his work from the beginning has always been intriguing to me. I've never been able to collect his work. Um,
that would be difficult.
I entered in on his very first Nifty Gateway drop, and I was not. I didn't end up getting it, but yeah, no, I've always been a fan of Rafik, and him pushing the limits, like I was saying earlier. We need more of these pioneers in the space, and
hmm
as time goes on, I'm sure we'll get more of those. But yeah, I think he does a really good job of what he does, his presentation and his professionalism, and yeah, these were one of the ones. This one was I tried to grab one of these. I don't know what happened. It didn't work out, but yeah, I always thought it was pretty cool. The AI stuff. Another early AI person that I recently learned about, not recently, but maybe a year or two ago, is Mario Klingemann.
Mario Klingham.
I'll pull him up here for you. And I've played this YouTube video before. I'll play it again. And it really reminds me of Lost Poets. And this was back before DALL-E, back before AI art was really even a thing. This hypnotic allure of the AI art generator. You can see it's 4 years ago. So we'll go ahead and play this here.
If you hear somebody playing a piano, would you ever ask, is the piano the artist? No. So same thing here. Just because it's a complicated mechanism, it doesn't change the roles. Memories of Passers-by is a machine that I created that will keep on generating portraits of non-existing people forever. And it can do that because it uses a collection of neural networks. And in this case, I used portraits painted by the great masters from Western European art history. And yes, so now the machine is in this in a cycle where it continuously creates new faces that start changing, that fade away, and it observes itself and creates a feedback loop. It's not a rendered video or a curated print or curated images that I pre-selected. It is doing it at that moment, which is a risky thing because it's a system where you have only a certain amount of foresight what it might do. The piece consists of 2 screens, of which one will show more female-looking portraits and the other one more male-looking portraits. And then there is a case which was kind of custom-made for this purpose because, yeah, the computer will not mind that is inside because that is, of course, it houses a very powerful machine which creates those paintings while you look at them. So I think that's quite magical.
Yeah. So you kind of get the gist. He's somebody that I found out about through, maybe it was Nahiko or somebody like that. So I started looking into his stuff, and he's been messing with AI for a long time. So it just kind of like makes you, curious about that kind of stuff because it's been out for a minute. So yeah. So other than that, man, I know, time's kind of running by here. We're 36 minutes here. Anything else that maybe you wanted to bring up to the audience or talk about real quick or anything?
Yup. So I created an NFT particularly for this episode of Filmoverse. So if you're watching, DM me your wallet. I don't want you to put it in the chat on Google because I feel like it stays there forever. So DM me your wallet address on Twitter or wherever, and I'll airdrop it in a couple days when I fix the date that I screwed up.
So what's the deadline for that? When do people need to send you send their wallet addresses by?
Preferably today. I mean,
Okay.
if they could do it like right now, that would be awesome. But
All right,
yeah,
folks. So
just,
you heard that. So after today, it's the cutoff. So DM Jared your wallet addresses. You get something special made by Jared. Yeah. So thank you so much, Jared. Really appreciate you taking the time to come on the show, brother.
yeah, man, it was awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It always flies by, man. It's over in a flash. So
When you're having a good time, right?
yeah, maybe we can have you back on the show sometime.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Awesome, brother. Well, hey, if anybody wants to find you, where's the easiest place to look you up?
Unfortunately, on Twitter, just Noobcoin with the stupid underscore because someone stole my initial name.
You heard them, guys. Go find Noobcoin on Twitter. And hope you guys have a good weekend, okay? Everybody take care. Make some JPEGs and, yeah, spread the word, man. Take care. Have a good weekend.
I picture your old living room, the last I saw you in. Your house had a perfect view above the garden. I remember the kitchen tile space, black and white. Look up to see you smiling. You were happy then. Promise I won't forget. I hope it's peaceful where you lay, but trust me, you'll still remain in